Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you know when I drop my next one. You guys, listen. Diddy is facing another lawsuit, and this time it is by his Grammy-nominated producer, Rodney Jones. This is a very, very triggering document that we're going to start reading. This is part one of these legal documents, and let me tell you, this is very long, but we are going to get through it. So I'm definitely going to need you guys to hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. I have a little bit of a cold, but I am trying to get through this document. You guys, there's a lot of tea in this document. They allegedly, if you're reading this, they're saying that a John Doe rapper was involved, a Jane Doe R&B singer on a yacht. He put T.D. Jake's name in his document and Cuba Gooding Jr. You guys, there is a lot to get through, but we're going to read this. And let me tell you, this is sad. This guy is suing for $30 million. And like I said, we just need to get through this. Again, trigger warning. This is part one. There's more uploads to come this week. And we're just going to get straight into this. You guys, again, trigger warning. Let's go. Straight into these documents. Rodney Jones, whom helped produce Diddy's last album, is suing him. We're going to get into this, and again, trigger warning on this document. So the plaintiff is Rodney Jones versus Sean Combs, Justin Dior Combs, Ethiopia H. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce her name. Lucia Charles Grange, Christiana K, Chalice Record Studios, Love Records, Motown, Universal Music Group, Combs Global Enterprises, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, and ABC Corporations 1 through 10. Again, trigger warning on this document. So this first part is just going over that the plaintiff, Rodney Jones, better known as Little Rod or Mr. Jones, hereby alleges that he is the complainant, against the defendants above again listed. Now we're going to get into some of this introductory. This court has personal jurisdiction over the defendants under and consistent with the constitutional requirements of due process in the defendants, acting directly or through his agents or apparent agents, committed one of more of the following: A, the transaction of any business within the state; B, the making of any contract within the state; C, the commission of a tortious act within this district; and the ownership, use, or possession of any real estate in the state. From September of 2022 to the date of this filing, which was literally a few days ago, in February, I believe February 24th, give or take, defendants have consistently and purposely availed themselves of the privilege of conducting activities within New York, thus invoking the benefits and protection of New York law. In return for those benefits and protections, defendants must submit to the burdens of litigation in New York. This litigation arises from or relates to the tortious activities defendants visited upon defendants in the state of New York, California, Florida, and the United States Virgin Island. This tortious conduct violated United States federal RICO laws, requiring defendants to litigate these claims in this district does not offend traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice. Plaintiffs' claims arise from some conduct occurring by defendants in New York State. The parties, plaintiff Rodney Jones is an American artist and music producer. Mr. Jones resides in the state of New York and California. Defendant Sean Combs is a rapper and record executive, popularly known by his stage names of Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Brotherly Love, or Love. Mr. Combs came to fame in the early 1990s with his record label Bad Boys Records. His rise to prominence in the music and entertainment industry over the decades and is regularly referred to as a hip hop mogul. Mr. Combs resides at blankety blank. You guys can read that. It was not redacted. This is a picture of defendant Sean Combs. Next, defendant Justin Dior Combs is the son of Mr. Combs and Misa Hilton. J. Combs was born on December 30th of 1993. Justin Combs is a producer and actor. He has appeared on TV series like Catfish, the TV show Wild 'N Out, and Hip Hop Squares. Defendant Justin Dior Combs resides at blankety blank. You guys can read it. Next, defendant Lucian Charles Grange is the CEO of defendant Universal Music Group. Defendant Lucia Charles Grain reside at blankety blank. You guys can read that. Excuse me, the document just skipped back up. Let me go back down a few pages. Let's just continue along. Next, the defendant is Christina Ora, is the chief of staff to Sean Diddy Combs, her residence. Next is Christina Gorham, chief of staff to Sean Diddy Combs. That is her picture. Next, defendant Motown Records is a record label with a principal place of business. And again, they're showing the address. Next defendant, Universal Music Group. Next defendant is Love Records. Next defendant, Comb Enterprises. Now this document gets into Rodney Little Rod Jones. Rodney Little Rod Jones Jr. is from the Windy City of Chicago. He was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. Mr. Jones is the second oldest son and fourth child out of 9 siblings. Mr. Jones comes from a long line of gospel music influencers. Mr. Jones started playing instruments at the age of 5. He began playing drums in church, and at the age of 13, he picked up playing the guitar. From 13 to present day, Mr. Jones has taught himself how to play over 13 instruments. Mr. Jones is considered a musical prodigy. His talents have led him to produce and create commercial and marketplace for music that has been recorded by some of the most prestigious and highly acclaimed artists in music history. Throughout the duration of his career, Mr. Jones has worked the south side of Chicago music scene, playing with the following legendary greats: Georgia Mass Choir, Donald Lawrence, the Clark Sisters, and Smokey Norfolk. On or about August of 2022, Mr. Jones received a call from Mr. Combs requesting that he produce several songs on a rhythm and blues album titled The Love Album Off the Grid Love Album. Mr. Jones agreed, and his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since. Summary of events from September of 2022 to November of 2023. Mr. Jones produced 9 songs on the Mr. Combs Love album. Mr. Jones lived with Mr. Combs for months at a time, spending holidays, birthdays, and missing major family events. Mr. Combs resided at Mr. Jones resided at Mr. Combs' residence located in Los Angeles, California, New York City, and Miami, Florida. Mr. Jones also spent several weeks on a yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the Virgin Islands. Throughout his time, Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones, witnessed, experienced, and endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer on the Love album. The claims raised in this complaint has been corroborated through witness statements, video, audio recordings, and images that Mr. Jones has in his possession. Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to record him constantly. On several occasions, Mr. Combs, Diddy, took Mr. Jones' cell phone and began recording himself. As a result, Mr. Jones has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. Mr. Jones has secured irrefutable evidence of the acquisition, use, and distribution of pharmaceuticals. You guys can read which ones. There's a lot. The displaying and distribution of unregistered pow pows. Mr. Combs provided laced wet beverages to underage people, workers, at his homes in California, New York, the Virgin Islands, and Florida. Mr. Combs' Chief of Staff, Christina Horam, better known as KK, instructed her staff to retrieve pharmaceuticals so she can provide it to Mr. Combs for his consumption. Christian Combs blankety blank and SA'd a woman. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact on his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, Young Miami's cousin and or assistant S.A.ing Mr. Jones, actor Cuban Gooden Jr., harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones, rapper Redacted on Mr. Combs' yacht, consorting with women that were under 18, workers, and R&B singer Redacted in Mr. Combs' LA home, consorting with underage women. Alright, you guys, this will conclude the first part of part 1. We are about to get into some very salacious details. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because part 2 is definitely going to be juicy. I am actually very curious about this. They got Bishop T.D. Jakes listed, Young Miami's cousin, and actor Cuban Jr., and a rapper that was redacted, and an R&B singer. Whoa. Alright, you guys, we're going to get into this later. I just wanted to start these documents. I also have other cases I'm still reading for. Please like, share, subscribe, you guys. This is a mess. Like, share, subscribe. Till next time, enjoy your night and be safe. Bye, guys.